At the end of the last video, I said that I wasn't planning on ending the video there. And that was true, so I never wrote an intro for this one. Enjoy! This one started out as an F-tier song for me. It has by far the cringiest lyrics on the entire goddamn album. Once I got over that, however, I did start loving it. Velvet is so over the top with all her internet jokes, and while I do want to throw up when hearing them, they give me an unreasonable amount of joy too. In general, I have never in my life listened to a song that is so much the character performing it. She has unmatched energy. If you vibe with Velvet, you love this song. If you think she's annoying, good luck. You want to whip your ears out the very moment she utters her first word. Oh yeah, the quote-unquote instrumental is also there. Fits her character, fits her energy, switches appropriately from Camilla to Velvet, does not really do anything when it switches back. It does what it needs to do, but there's nothing I have a strong opinion on. Guess it's cool that her instrumental, especially the drums, sound very modern and artificial, cause internet, I guess. Speaking of Camilla, it's the one good song she is in. She has her flamenco motif, and it feels distinct. Everything else she touches turns into bullshit. More of how much I despise her other songs when I get to them. While I enjoy this one, it ain't deep, there's nothing for me to really analyze or even talk about here. It's a fun, upbeat song with internet lingo and Tinder jokes. It makes me grit my teeth, it makes me laugh through them. Begrudging A tier. Now to the most forgettable song in the entire series. When I think about it, the only thing I have any real memory of is the Eggboy singing to Alistair after the song ends. Zestial's "Hey, did you know that he's old" gimmick in his speech gets just as old as he is. Very quickly. It sounds more like a parody, which makes it even weirder when he talks like a normal person. Am I the only one who has such a strong opinion on that? I might be, but it's really fucking bothering me. The song itself, well, it ain't horrible, but it makes me feel absolutely nothing. Camilla is somehow both a pacifist and a little arms dealer who had to fight even though she didn't want to. Which I don't care about because I've learned that she killed someone before even knowing that it was a big deal. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's hell. She thinks about her doing anything to defend her daughters, which I also don't care about because I have absolutely no connection to them either. And even if I had, we don't need a "she's actually deeply caring" person who loves the people she's close to, even though she's in hell. Isn't that shocking? Type of song in a series that is literally the biggest character trait of your protagonist. I also completely forgot that Veggie is even a part of the song. But hey, look, she's spelled again. I think the reason I don't even remotely care about any of her songs is because I seriously had to look up if she just had a straight up different VA for them. She sounds absolutely nothing like when she talks, nothing like when she sings in Happy Day in Hell, closer to but still different from the replies of More Than Anything. And in that song, I also think that Charlie's the one starting it, because Veggie's vocals match Charlie's voice more than Veggie's herself. It just breaks the illusion of character, and I have mentally no connection between Veggie and Veggie while she's singing. This song just gives me the impression of, hey look, these two have a powerful vocal performance, so isn't the song moving? No, not really. It feels a bit pandering how empty it really is. You could describe the entire thing as, hey, did we tell y'all that they care? And I did know that about Veggie. I couldn't care less about if that's the case for Camilla. And why are they singing this together anyway? They have never met, and the connection between them begins and ends at there's a person that they want to protect. They have no dynamic, especially since I have no clue why we added Veggie in what might as well be a Zoom call to another person's big moment. And the worst part is, their vocals sound fucking terrible together. Veggie does not only not sound like herself, but not like a person at all. She sounds unnaturally clean and sings at a pitch that is good for effect, I reckon, but is entirely disconnected to the in-universe reality of she's climbing around and sings to herself. Just please stop making the character with the deepest voice in the entire show be the high voice in duet. It's weird, it doesn't fit her. I don't get why we are doing it in the first place. Okay, random thoughts since I don't want to spend any more time with the song, so no structure. Why did she think she would always keep blood off her face? She's a weapon stealer. It took her a whole 2 seconds to fight Veggie, and even with a handicap, she completely destroyed her. She obviously has no problem with killing and is a skilled fighter. This is like Angel trying to convince me to put her in a purity ring. Why is she looking away from her daughters and instead directly at Zesty while singing I'll keep you safe? Even Zesty is confused about that. I mean, yeah, they're friends, but girl, those are your daughters. Family dinner will be very uncomfortable this evening. Okay, D tier. Boring. I don't care about a big emotional power ballad for a character I have no reason to give a shit about. It is empty, it has no need to exist, and it isn't even that well executed. By far the much better song of the Camilla and Veggie duets, because there are 2 of them.
Poison. Okay, Poison. Quick recovery. This song is awesome. It captures the whiplash between Angel Dust's persona and his real self, whilst it visually portraying how his trauma feeds into his actions, and it shows the power dynamic between him and Val. Angel may dance confidently, but he is still powerless to the whims of Val's temper. He moves gracefully inside his chains, but that doesn't change the fact that he is chained. That his actions can only go as far as being reactions to Val's wishes. With that theme, it walks the line between desperation and confident facade, switching from one into the other, only to get back onto the line, building up our insight into Anthony's thoughts while he's actively trying to hide them. Yeah, I'm surprised that I've nothing else to say here. The song doesn't give us new standalone information, but adds onto the ones we already had, so going into any more detail here would need to be a whole character analysis. The instrumental fits very well, but also doesn't give a lot really to talk about here. I think Angel's voice is a bit overproduced, but it fits the theme of him hiding behind a facade. It would have been pretty awesome if this effect he has on his voice the whole time would crack when he does, showing his real voice, his real self. But honestly, that's something that would be nice, but we don't really need it. It's just a great S-tier song, clearly. It's emotional and makes us feel for him without excusing his actions. We never get the impression that, oh, he was hurt, so he can be an asshole. Great performance from the VA, great lyrics, great choreo in the song. I love the coloring too, it looks very striking the whole time. S tier.
As much as I love Poison, this is my favorite song in the entire show. Husk doesn't bullshit Angel into feeling better. He accepts his limitations and works within them. I'm a big fan of this, since it's easy to have a grand speech made to empower a powerless person. And while you may feel better for them for the duration of the song, if you start thinking about it for more than a second, the words just crumble down on their own emptiness. This song addresses the actual problem in Angel's life. It is meaningful, not only to the viewer, but to the characters, long term. I heard some people complain about how quickly Angel goes along with Husk, but I completely disagree. You can see every single step Angel makes mentally, and what Husk says to him is simply exactly what he needs to hear. Yes, Angel has friends like Cherry Bomb, so he isn't lonely per se,
But as we can see in the series, the person Angel is around her is not who he wants to be, but who he currently is. Their exchanges seem to be not fully limited to, but heavily focused around drugs and creating chaos. This is why Husk defending and believing in the best version of him is so powerful. Husk may be the first person around whom Angel can let down his persona. Musically, the song is great too. It has its very own style, reflecting both Husk's personality and charm. Keith David is just an incredible voice actor, bringing across his cockiness, despair, and happiness in the span of mere seconds, switching between the three without ever breaking the suspension of disbelief. We can clearly hear the difference between the musical sound of the two characters. At first, Angel is simply ignored by the instrumental, while Husk is monologuing at him. Then, Angel's lines contrast those of Husk's, until he finally starts singing over the same instrumental, showing how they grew closer and Angel accepting his words. We can actually see the same visually. First, we have Husk dancing by himself, then him leading Angel, until he finally dances on his own besides him. Both in the context of the show, as well as the standalone song, it's the best song on the entire album. Clear S tier. And a quick tip, if you like the song, listen to the soundtrack version. It doesn't end with the two getting interrupted like in the show, which is great, but even the funniest joke can turn annoying if you're forced to listen to it over and over again. And yes, this song, I want to listen to it over and over again. Hi gang, guess who's back from a festival and super tired? Something out to buy. See you next part. I need sleep.